Let's go.
In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles. Welcome to the Daily Grind, a Bluff City Media daily podcast. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Luke Hatmaker. Grab your favorite morning brew, and let's get to the show.
For beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, America, America, God shed his grace on thee. Take that, Team World. Take that. Belt to ass, Team World. Welcome to the Daily Grind, everybody. We're presented by FanDuel. Thank you for bearing with us. We're a little late this morning. My internet was being weird. Twitter's being weird this morning. So if you're watching on Twitter, you're lying because I don't think you can. Come over to YouTube. Come watch us on YouTube. Come hang out. That's where everybody in the comments, shout out Edward, shout out I appreciate all of you. Actually, we're going to throw these up here right meow. If I can.
Shout out Zach Eady highlights.
Yeah. Shout out everybody. Let's make these comments a little bigger. I just found out we could do that the other day. You beat me to it. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling. Thank you guys for bearing with us. Yeah, we're the Daily Grind. We're presented by FanDuel. I'm your host, Luke Hatmaker. I've got Rusty Witten with me this morning. How are you, sir? It's good to see you. Thank you for your patience.
Well. Yeah, man. Good to see you too, buddy. It is the best way to start my week right here on the Daily Grind with you in a hamburger mug, which is amazing, by the way. Shout out to the burger mug.
Krabby Patty.
Shout out to the Krabby Patty mug. I appreciate that. And then I'm good. It was a good weekend. Had a funny experience yesterday. I went to the ATM to get some cash out. And I was behind a guy who only had one leg, and he was standing on one leg. And apparently he was just there to check his balance. Welcome to the Daily Grind.
Oh man, I thoroughly enjoyed that one.
You're welcome.
There's so much I like about that. I imagine your large bottom. I almost said big ass. Your large bottom in line at the ATM, tapping your foot, being like, "What is taking so long?" And you look up, and there's just a one-legged guy just.
And he's just doing this. He's just got his arms out of the side, just kind of like weaving side to side. Like, I'm just checking my balance, guys. I'm just checking my balance.
That's good, man. I needed that this morning after all this nonsense the internet's given me.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? Speaking of nonsense that people are giving us, we are going to talk about the All-Star game. That's all we're going to be talking about today, to be perfectly honest. But before we get into that, I do want to talk about somebody that was spouting nonsense. I know it's some of our favorite stuff to talk about because this was something that I think it was a lot of positives. And so I kind of want to talk about positives from the weekend. But before that, I do want to talk about negatives because Gollum looking dude, I'm over him. I'm over him. I'm over him. I'm over him. I'm over him.
He is catching Rob Manfred for the worst commissioner in all of professional sports rapidly.
Quicker than I thought possible. He spoke the media availability, I guess, for the first time in a long time. One should say first time really since since a lot of this aspiration stuff has happened, since the taking stuff's happened, since the gambling stuff's happened. He's been a little zippity doo dah day on his mouth, and so they spoke for the first time, and a lot of word salad. Lots of word salad. I mean, like, and what was he? I mean, what was his? He really didn't say anything. He said, like, and here's what he said: in the old days, it was just sort of an understanding among partners in terms of behavior. I think what we're seeing is modern analytics where it's clear that the incentives are misaligned. Are we seeing behavior that is worse this year than we've seen in recent memory? Yes, is my view, which is what led to those fines, and not just those fines, but to my statement that we're going to be looking more closely at the totality of all the circumstances in this season. In terms, there are so many big words in here; it really upsets me. Season in terms of teams' behavior. And very intentionally wanted teams to be on notice. That's the only explanation he gave to why the Jazz and the Pacers got fined. Really kind of, he said it's a bit of a conundrum. Conundrum. I can't say that word.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know what he even said that he's thinking about getting rid of the draft, which only hurts small market teams. I don't know.
Listen, man, he got up there, like you said, he did his best Taylor Jenkins, Zach Kleiman word salad impersonation. He said a whole bunch of stuff. Said they're going to look at every possible remedy. And I laid out a solution last week on the $2 Sports Show that is the easiest way to do it. Create a point system to where you're assigned a point, you get a point by beating a team that has a better record than you after the All-Star break. So at the All-Star break, starting now, all the teams that are near the bottom of the league, say the bottom 10, you earn points by beating teams with a better record than you. Then you incentivize winning. You incentivize teams to try and play hard, and they don't get Larry Markkinen being shut down for rest every other game. You don't get, again, not trying to say anything here, but you don't get Jaren Jackson Jr. having a surgery that likely could have waited to the offseason. You don't get some of that stuff. So you incentivize some winning and create some competitiveness on the back half of the season. I agree with Keelan. Likely not going to eliminate the draft. That's another show. That's another advertising revenue stream. That's another big event that the NBA has. It brings in too much money and attention. They're not going to eliminate it. What they need to do is address tanking in season, and I think that the point system is one of the best ways to do it.
I like that idea. I like the idea of, I'm a big points guy. Assigning points is a good way to incentivize stuff.
And you know, he loves tournaments. Like, I've seen the idea for like a lottery tournament where the final team just get in a single or double elimination tournament and you just play till you get the first seed. I also like that. You can make the NBA Cup that. There's a lot of ways that you can tweak this without eliminating the draft and putting the hurting, like you said, on a small market like Memphis, by just creating some ways to make teams be more competitive.
I mean, and it's not even, we're not even saying that it's going to hurt Memphis as homers. You know, like, this hurts Oklahoma City. This hurts Milwaukee. This hurts Indiana. This hurts other, like, big names in the league right now. Hell, this hurts Denver. Denver's not a big market. You know, like, this hurts a lot of the, I think
they would have to restructure the CBA, the cap. There's a lot of things that have to come with that to create boundaries to where, like, Oklahoma City, it couldn't go sign everybody to play with SGA, or the Lakers couldn't, or the Celtics, or the Mavs. Like, there would have to be some pretty strict salary cap rules, which, I mean, there are. Don't tell the Clippers that, as they circumnavigated some of that with aspirations. But, like, there would have to be some boundaries, and it just feels like there's too much work that would have to come with that to eliminate the draft. So I agree with Keelan. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's just kind of spitballing ideas that he's heard. But the way Adam Silver likes tournaments, I wouldn't be surprised if we got some type of playoff or tournament for the lottery.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that would make it more interesting. I don't know. This man is just speaking out of his butt half the time. It's really upsetting, and he still does. He barely offered. We got no information about the gambling stuff.
We did get. He did put a hurting on a lot of the Grizzlies doomsdayers in our fan base by saying that relocation is not on the table right now. Yeah. And I know a lot of people had a rough weekend after that. After for months having to read and listen and see them on my timeline as I'm muting folks about. Grizzlies are going to Nashville. Grizzlies are going to Seattle. Grizzlies are going to Vegas. Grizzlies are going everywhere, only for the commissioner of the NBA to come out and be like, hey, relocation's not an option. We're going to get this lease finalized. Grizz ain't going anywhere.
That was a good thing. I will say that that's a positive thing for him just to nip that in the bud. I'd say that. King Meeks didn't mention anything about the Clippers. No. I think he said
it's an ongoing investigation. I think they're going to wait till the off season. I don't know that this is going to be an in season. I do think like the tea leaves say something's going to happen, likely just a fine. I mean, there's a world where you could Kawhi Leonard's contract is negated. They forfeit draft picks. Like there's a lot of punishments on the table. I do think something will happen, likely a fine, and it'll happen in the off season.
Yeah,
the NBA still has egg on their face from that. Like Pablo Torre is just a mouthpiece and does all this kind of stuff, but the NBA does have egg on their face for that because this was kind of a not a super well kept secret. Salary caps, circumnavigation. Like it's just the NBA has egg, and so I don't know that they're going to talk about that until they have completed their investigation and like punishments coming. Otherwise, it just makes them look silly because they missed it.
Yeah, he just continues to look silly. Although I do want to recap All-Star Weekend. Let's stop talking about the commissioner. We're going to recap everything, and we're going to start backwards. We're going to start with yesterday because, brother, did the new format work?
So Edward kind of puts it here. Remember when they said the world was catching up in hoops?
Yeah.
Still a pretty big gap.
They got me so
bad. Like we stay winning over here with the stars and bars, baby. No, I mean, listen, it was one of the more competitive All-Star games. They tried. Kawhi Leonard actually had a couple of steals.
Yeah.
And like Wemby was upset when the defensive breakdown that cost him the game, like stormed back to the bench. Yeah. Of course it was Cat, right? All y'all out there wanting Cat on the Grizzlies. This is what you get. This is what you want. This is your guy.
So, Wemby played with him one quarter and was like, that's
I'm
so
done.
Good.
Like this, stay on that side. If you want Cat on this team, don't back down now. But nope. I mean, yeah, for as much as it could, the All-Star game was more competitive. The players were more balled in, and that's what it's going to take. Ant said it himself. Like we had an opportunity to prove, like against the world, that we're still the best. Yeah, we're going to take that, and like that's what it's going to take. A fat paycheck, or why my fix for the All-Star game last week on the 2 Sports Show was a one-on-one skills competition, much like what the WNBA did, where you get your stars playing one-on-one. Nobody's going to want to lose that. But I thought this was a good, I thought this was a good iteration of the All-Star game, a good step in the right direction. We'll see if it holds. But for the first time in a while, it was a pretty competitive, fun game. And Edward's right. Like Wemby and Ant and Kawhi kind of set the tone by playing hard.
And the Detroit guys too, like Cade and Jalen Duren. Like I would say all of the young dudes in Wemby, like the young dudes on Team Stars, which is hilarious. Me and Jared talked on Team Friday. On Friday, like the old heads were the favorites to win this whole thing. The young guys were the underdogs, and they came out. They set the tone. Ant got MVP. Tyrese Maxey played well. I mean, the Detroit guys were playing defense. I was like, I don't know. I
mean, again, Kawhi had 2 steals. Like there was actual defense played. They were actually switching on defense instead of just getting out of the way. Like, as much as we kind of bemoan the USA versus the world kind of format, it kind of worked because it created some competitiveness that we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, and I don't know whose idea it was to separate the American players from older guys and younger guys, but I'm glad they did that as well. Because it did feel like it was kind of a generational torch, passing of the torch.
That's it, which never hurts because it's just like you said, old hoops head like me and Wayno, and you're creeping up to that age demographic. Like, seeing the young guys kind of like that the NBA is going to be in good hands with these young stars doesn't hurt either.
No, it feels good. Now Saturday night, that wasn't really the case because the old heads dominated. Yeah. I mean, like, let's talk about. We'll talk about the 3-point contest, then we could talk about the other stuff briefly because that's
all the dunk contest deserves.
Yeah. Oh my God, dunk contest. Yeah. Actually, let's talk about the crap stuff first because I don't even. I put in my notes who won. I was about to say, hey, who won? Keyshawn Johnson, which I will give. I will say this: he was having fun. He was out there.
Yeah,
but the dunks.
It's not a dance competition. It was a dunk contest, and he got credit for dancing after every dunk. And I know he was doing a lot of like California-based dances. And he had E40 out there, and he was in like where he's from, and like I understand all the cultural relevancy about that, but like it was just kind of a dud. And I think the perfect microcosm of that was Jace Richardson hitting the side of the backboard on that dunk and getting CTE. Like, not only did he miss the dunk, but he dribbled his head off the floor. Probably the first time we've ever seen that in the dunk contest. It was a bunch of bums that I don't care about. And I didn't care about, like, he hit a regular dunk and then just did a little dance and everybody went nuts. And like the slam dunk contest has fallen so far from what it used to be. Like Jackson Hayes posted a picture comparing his dunk to Jordan, and he took off 6 feet closer to the basket than Jordan did and looked like a newborn colt compared to Jordan. His airness, graceful midair. It was such a moronic. I hope he got roasted in the comments on that. I know he did in a lot of NBA accounts where they screenshotted it, but
he came out looking the worst. He came out looking the worst of the dunk contest.
I mean, terrible. Like it's just if this is going to be the product, you might as well just cancel it and not do it anymore because it sucked.
I mean, I would have rather than brought Matt McClung again.
I'm saying because he showed the 4 dunks that he was going to do, and a few of them were kind of cool, but like
were kind of cool.
None of the ones we saw on Saturday, Luke, were any count.
Nope. And the Shooting Stars competition, I would have. I mean, one, if the Knicks team that had Jalen Brunson and Cat lost, what are we doing? But like they almost did lose. I appreciate this more than the Stars or the skills challenge. This was at least cool.
Yeah, it was. And, it was cool watching Shams Charania have the same type performance on the court as he did at the trade deadline, where he went 0 for 5 on the court, couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. It was terrible, much like his trade deadline coverage, talking about all these trades, and none of them came through with the big ones he was talking about. The Celebrity All-Star game, it is what it is, whatever. I enjoyed the Steph versus Sabrina. What was that year before?
They need to bring that back.
That was awesome. I wish they would have done that again because that was freaking cool watching them go at it. I would watch that anytime, and get your WNBA stars and your WNBA and NBA stars and go head to head like that. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yep. That would be a lot of fun, and the 3-point contest garnered a lot of attention. We got all the other stuff, by the way. The 3-point contest, Dame Lillard returned.
No ACL or no Achilles.
And not only won the thing, but like how many he shot.
Dog walked him,
man. He was the favorite. And I came on here, I was like, Dame's the favorite. I'm not going to pick Dame. That's what I think I sound like. And I should have, because hot damn, dude, he was just like, and hitting Dame time after round 1, just like, it was kind of did my soul a little good to see that. It's just this one they care about. There's never been any problem about people giving a crap about this one. And it seems like Steph is already going and trying to recruit people for next year. I know he's already talked to Dame. He's already talked to Clay, he said. But I'm like you. I want to see him do one-on-one against Sabrina. I think that would be so much, or the contest. That's what I would want. I think that would be amazing.
Yeah, agreed. I think like you could take the 3-point contest winner from the WNBA, the 3-point contest winner from the NBA, and have a great shoot off for the best shooter in the world or something. You know, you could do some kind of competition with it because again, it was fun when Steph and Sabrina did it. It'd be cool to watch Dame do it. Even though he hadn't played a single minute this year of NBA action and isn't going to after this now.
I was going to ask, you're my doctor. I mean, I would say, I guess he looked good, but I mean, he's not going to play, right? Like there's
there's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a big difference in standing still, no closeouts, no dribble drive. You're just putting up shots. That's early in rehab. Like actual competition is in stage rehab. And we ain't close to that for him. So no, like I can understand why he was able to do this because especially if he's progressing well and quickly, that he could just do some jump shooting. That's fine. But as far as like actual athleticness, we ain't there yet.
Yeah, I was curious. I was like, man, he doesn't look terrible, but I mean, like, why would you bring him back? He doesn't need. I mean, he's had his moment this year. Let the dude rest.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's really fine.
he's like us. He's getting older. He needs the rest.
Let the dude rest. I was like, I wanted to ask you. I was very curious to get your thoughts. I was like, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. He looked limber, but
I mean, again, he looked fine. Shot was falling. Obviously, I still think Cam Spencer should have been in there. He'd have made 100 of them while he was in there. No doubt if he'd actually participated.
No question.
But yeah, I mean, he looked fine, but I don't think he's ready for actual competitive basketball yet.
Be really funny if it'd be really funny if he was like, yeah, put me in, I'm ready. He's not like, put me in. Yeah, that's enough for the Saturday. Okay, I want to talk. We're going to take a break, but when we get back, there were Grizzlies that actually played. They played on Friday. I do want to talk about, I actually like the Rising Stars, but before we do that, let's take us a quick break. We're going to hear from our sponsors. We're going to hear from our sponsors right after this, and we will be right. If I can find what I'm supposed to click on, there we go. We will be right back after this quick break.
In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. One of the major lessons that Penny's going to have to focus in on and work on is the recruiting aspect in the offseason of how he recruits. Like, not even how he recruits and who he recruits, but that he gets engaged early on in the recruitment process. Penny is not the recruiter for this team. Rick Stansberry for 2 seasons built the roster, and then Nolan Smith built the roster this year. But the majority of the roster, the last 5 seasons have been built by the assistant coaches, with Penny Hardaway kind of signing off at the end of it all. That clearly has to change. He needs to be more actively engaged in that. You can't be a CEO type coach that's not in the mud trying to recruit the players yourself. Like, you've got to go out there and do it yourself. Right? Find the guys that want to play for you. Find the guys that are guys that you can mesh with, philosophically. Tune in to Tigers Live with Francis Carlotta, live after every Memphis Tiger basketball game on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Grind, and thank you for being here. Thank you to our sponsors. You saw a couple of them there. Thank you to Grade A Pest Services. They're great. If you're dealing with any sort of pest or critter problem, call them. They'll get you taken care of. Great to work with. We're also brought to you by Carway Automotive Group. If you need to get a vehicle, it's a process that can be stressful. They will make it not so. Go there. They'll get you finance. They'll get you a vehicle, get you off the lot. It'll be great. You did not see commercials for them, but we are also brought to you by Mugshots Grill and Bar. We have a bunch of Tigers live shows planned for them, planned there soon. I can talk. We are also brought to you by Grind City Brewing. We have watch parties there starting this week on Saturday. We will be there. Friday is Jaron's first game back here. He won't be playing, but he will be here. You'll be in the building. And then the next day, Grind City Brewing. Game starts at 6:30, 7?
6:30. It's against the Miami Heat. Is at Miami. We're gonna have some giveaways. Gonna be a raffle. They've got some fun stuff going on. Stay tuned to your socials. Keep an eye on those. We're going to have some big announcements coming over the next couple of days, but make sure you're there on Saturday night, 6:30, Grind City Brewing. We're doing our post-game bounce live from Grind City Brewing. So come hang out with us, have some beers, enjoy the best view in all of Memphis, and watch the Grizzlies. If we win, great. If not, we're going winless for Wagler, and it'll be fine.
There you go. It's going to be great. I love it, man. It's kind of nice not to have to worry about stuff. It's weird.
If you watched our tanking survival guide last week, you're going to have a wonderful back half of the season.
Yep. Which, if you haven't yet, go do that. It's wonderful. So thank you to Grind City Brewing, and last but not least, thank you to FanDuel Sportsbook, which we're going to head over there. Not right now, but we're going to be heading over there in a minute because I need to talk. I don't need to, but I want to talk to you about the Rising Stars Challenge.
Yeah,
because that was Friday. That's kind of how they kicked off All-Star Weekend. We don't need to talk about celebrity. We mentioned Shams being bad earlier. That's all it's worth. Vince Carter, Team Carter, the Rising Stars rose to the top. I felt good about that alliteration. This was a tournament. It was the G League team versus Team Mello. G League team got beat, and then you had Team Vince beat Team T-Mac. Then you had Team Mello get beat by Team Vince. What I loved about Team Mello is he was like keeping guys out with DNPs. I really liked the experience that a lot of these were, well, okay, let me backtrack. Before, the Grizzlies had 3 guys playing. Jalen played for Team Vince, the winner. So he's 2-0 in Rising Stars challenges. It was announced like right before the game on Friday afternoon that Cedric was not going to play, which we had speculated on Friday. We were like, there's not been an announcement yet. We're not sure if he's going to play. He was there walking around like not in a boot or
suited up, and
So that's promising. If he wasn't going to play, at least he was there suited up, happy to be there. But what jumped? I mean, I really like the Rising Stars Challenge, especially because the Grizzlies have been represented pretty regularly since like 2019. It's a good way to like look at the future. So stupid. I don't know. Look at the future building blocks of a lot of teams around the league. Two of those guys were Grizzlies. And I appreciate it when I don't know, Vince gets it. Not to be rude to Carmelo, but like play these dudes. I think it's
like, why would he coaching DMPs in the Rising Stars game? Like they're there to play. I agree. I think that's kind of odd.
Like, and he was, it's weird. He was like, I'm playing to win because his team, let me find it. I was really, it shocked me. He played 4 guys like 9 minutes. He was like, we're going to win this SOB. And then Jeremiah Fears and Ace barely played, and Colin Murray Boyle's got a DMP. It's like, come on, man. Let the boys play. Whereas Vince played everybody at least 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
Igor
that's
Dimon.
the point. That's Igor Dimon. But like, that's the point, is to play and let these guys go and play and stretch their legs, show what the future looks like, that sort of thing. And you never know who's going to catch hot and get hot. You know, I think Jalen had like 4 points in the championship game.
Yeah, 4 points and a rebound in the championship.
And a rebound in the championship game. Like, shout out to Team Vince for letting the guys play, which I like his team a lot, who all he ended up with. But it's just a fun showcase of the future. Like you said, that you put it perfectly, building blocks of teams, see who is going to, be that next wave of star in this league. People show up, they want to see Castle, they want to see Con Knipple and Cooper Flagg and these guys play that they've heard about, maybe hadn't watched because they don't have league pass or whatever, but it's a great opportunity to see what these teams have.
Yeah, I wanted to get it pulled up really quick to get it right. In the 2 games, Jalen had 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. That's pretty solid, man. And
shout out Jalen.
And that was in, like, let me get the math. That was in essentially 1 quarter's worth of time. Like, really, really not bad. Cam Spencer also had 5. He had 5 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He didn't look played well in that point guard. I don't know. I really like the Rising Stars Challenge, in case you couldn't tell. And another thing I like too is those guys try, and they're happy to be there. They're all smiles. Like my heart is warmed by seeing all the pictures of little Jalen just excited to be there, smiling, winning. Makes me really happy. And like, I know we're talking a lot about the Grizzlies, but like VJ Edgecombe also, it should be said, he won the MVP. He had 17 points in his first game.
Yeah,
like
that kid's special, man.
Dude, he is quite good. He had 17 points in the first game, 6 points in the second game. So like, math, 23 points overall, like really good. And I mean, to be quite honest, he outplayed Con Knipple, who I guess was the biggest rookie that was mentioned here, and he outplayed. Well, I guess Cooper Flagg didn't play, but I mean, he was the best rookie that played in the Rising Stars Challenge.
And then you get the cool storylines, right? Like Dylan Harper hit the game winner over his brother, which was cool.
We forgot about that.
Yeah, the game winner, Dylan Harper over Ron Harper Jr. Cool to see those storylines like that and get invested in these young kids and these rivalries that are going to be coming up and taking the mantle as we're in the twilight, thank God, of LeBron's career, but also of Steph and KD and Book and all these guys going to be turning it over. And so this is a cool way to see who is going to be following along behind the Ants and Wemby's, the Cade Cunninghams, SGAs, who's going to be coming up after them.
Yep. Which, I mean, that brings it, that now it's time. It's time for our daily dose of It's a Trap. You kind of, I like when it flows. You kind of set that one up for me. It's a trap. It's named after Admiral Akbar, our guy. We miss you, my guy. He's from Star Wars. If you're not familiar with that, Google him. And it's sponsored by FanDuel. I'm going to give Rusty some FanDuel bets about a topic of my choosing. He has to tell me which one is a trap. We've been talking about these rising stars. I want to talk about the Rookie of the Year. Not the great movie, although we can talk about that.
Great movie.
We can talk about that all day if you want to.
Gardenhose.
I love the movie's so good.
It's so funny.
We might have to have a whole Rookie of the Year episode. But the Rookie of the Year race. VJ Edgecombe dominated the Rising Stars Challenge. Con Knipple is probably the most polished. I think they are dominating the Rookie of the Year race. That's not to mention guys like, I don't know, Cedric Coward, Derek Queen, Cooper Flagg, who didn't play this weekend, but who is playing quite well. There's a lot of guys there's been a really good rookie class.
For sure.
Grizzlies got a rookie right in the thick of this race. So which one of these is a trap to win the NBA Rookie of the Year? Is it A, Cooper Flagg, minus 750? Is it B, Con Knipple, plus 500? Or is it C, Derek Queen, plus 7,500?
So Cooper Flag, obviously the odds-on favorite still. So minus 750 is a lot, but he's gotten all the hype. I feel confident about Cooper Flag. I'm pretty confident with Conky Nipple. Plus 500 should be the next. So I know VJ Edge comes in there somewhere, but is it more? Is it better odds than plus 500? I don't feel good about Derek Queen's odds. Derek Queen, it's trap.
There you go, brother. You get back.
Boom.
You get
Boom.
back, and you were right.
Boom.
You were right. So the Cooper Flag, and you sniffed those out. Cooper Flag, yeah. So I agree with you. I think 750 is a lot. I really thought these odds might change especially after VJ Edgecombe's weekend, and the way he's been playing for Philly, because he does have the 7,500 odds. That's his. Derek Queen is plus. What is that? 50,000. Which 50,000. So is Cedric Coward is also 50,000. There are only 5 people that you can bet on to win Rookie of the Year right now, and it's Cooper Flag, Conker Nipple, VJ Edgecombe, Derek Queen, and Cedric Coward. Those are the only 5 guys.
The fact that said is in there still is pretty cool.
I agree. I think that this after the All-Star break, the fact that you can still put money on Cedric Coward is a pretty stinking cool thing. And honestly, you're probably looking at these are probably your first round all rookies, I imagine.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, brother, we're it's Monday. Also, Uncle Buck, I love you. I see you in the comments. I'm glad you're here. It's Monday. Mondays are for lasagna around here. What does that mean? I'm still trying to figure out myself some days. It means we talk about the good and the bad from the weekend, because Garfield the cat, he hates Mondays and he loves lasagna. And I think it's important to take the good and the bad and recognize both. I'm going to cheat a little bit because I had a really good weekend. My lasagna was just kind of hanging out with Kyla. It was Valentine's Day on Saturday. We kind of pushed that into Friday. You know, like we watched TV, we watched shows, we played games, we cooked dinner both nights. It was just it was a good weekend, just her and I. Finn was at his dad's, so it was like just her and I hanging out. And it was just really nice. We hung out the whole weekend, and we don't get we're busy a lot, so we don't really get to hang out, just her and I a lot, or we hadn't in a long time, or I say in a long time, in a while, because we'd had Finn weekend, she had plays, you know, we just been really busy. And so it was just really good to have an awesome Valentine's Day weekend. And my Monday was all my technological bullshit I had to deal with this morning. Still dealing with Twitter. What are we doing? Elon, you
I don't know what's going on in the world.
Yesterday, I got charged. Yesterday, I saw you invented a new freaking cryptocurrency. This should work. It should work. Anyway, I digress. Your turn.
Yeah, great weekend, like you said, man. Yesterday was actually my and Maggie's 2-year anniversary that we've been together. And it's the day after Valentine's Day on purpose. Funny story, real quick. We've been liking each other's pictures back and forth on Facebook of our dogs and different stuff for about a month. Then I got my gumption up to shoot her a DM and realized that once I had typed it up that it was actually Valentine's Day. And I was like, this is a terrible idea. We're going to wait. No, so we punted to the 15th, and I just left it in the draft, and then on the 15th, shot my shot. She thankfully responded affirmatively, and the rest, as they say, is history. She's fantastic. She has put up with me for a long time, 2 years. Ask anybody, it's a long time to put up with me. Uncle Buck says she can't complain until she gets to 10 like he is, but phenomenal, just truly a wonderful human, and been the best 2 years of my life for sure. And so we just had a good weekend of just like loving on each other and hanging out, and did an escape room yesterday, and we happy to report we did escape. It's called High Noon. We were in a saloon. West. And cool. All West. We were in a saloon. We had been accused of a train robbery that we didn't commit. We had to prove our innocence, which was fun. Went to Coastal Seafood last night as one of our favorite restaurants. We also completed our wall over here. So you can see we got the grids, got Harry Potter over there. I got some of my flags, the Wayno picture, and then a bookshelf over there that we hung. It's kind of a curve, which is cool. Yeah. So shout out to Maggie for being the visionary. She painted, hung all the pictures. I did the bookshelves, but we did a little project yesterday, which was fun.
Does that say all y'all are welcome, but you got to act right?
Yeah, that's my favorite flag I've ever bought. Because we're inclusive around here, right? Like all y'all are welcome, but you got to act right.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. And so because of that, no beefs this weekend, or no Mondays. I mean, it was a great weekend, truly.
I spent more on the show outline worrying about what my Monday was going to be than anything else.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what? I don't have anything. And then thank God everything broke this morning.
I mean, if I had to pick one, I guess it was a rainy weather yesterday. I don't know.
But
whatever.
Great
Not that
weather
big
to
of a
be in
deal.
a saloon.
And inside working on a cool wall over here.
Yeah,
The
wall's
Wayno
amazing.
painting here in the middle, me, Maggie, and the dogs that he painted for us. Like just
Love it.
a good weekend.
I see a snitch, and I'm happy with that wall.
Mhm.
My interior design, it's a
Mhm.
Peter Tingle. I need to have a
You have a what now?
No, a Peter Tingle is his Spidey sense. He goes, Miss Peter Tingle, and he's like, don't call it that. You remember?
Yeah.
In Spider-Man-
Oh, I remember that. I was about
Yeah.
to say, I'm like, I don't need to know what's tingling over there right now, Luke.
Oh yeah, over here in Nashville, we got some tingling going on. That's gonna do it for our show today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for those in the comments. Y'all are the OGs. Twitter one down, so y'all matter today. Thank you guys. And you matter every day, but you matter a lot today. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna figure out what we're gonna talk about. Grizzlies don't play till Friday. There's no more basketball till Thursday.
They can't hurt me till Friday.
They cannot
Oh, yeah.
hurt me till
Hey,
Friday, but
There's a lot of college basketball we can
Yeah.
talk about.
there's a lot. I think we're gonna do college. We might have a college basketball week actually, because
I
Belmont.
like it.
I'm trying not to get too excited about Belmont kicking ass.
Mhm.
Baseball started. Tune into
Mhm.
actually full slate of shows today, because tune in to Buck Sports Show. I imagine we'll get some college baseball at some
Mhm.
point. So you guys will be there at 11. At 1, we'll have
Mhm.
Sane. No Bluffing will be later tonight. We'll have
There's a triumphant return planned for the $2 Sports Show. I know, as the universe intended.
oh man, Stevie Nicks.
Mm.
Uncle Buck, if you're watching, dress as Stevie Nicks, please, Uncle Buck.
Mhm.
Witchy woman. I don't know what I was talking about. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to FanDuel. Thank you to Grind City Brewing. Thank you to Grade A Pest Services. Thank you to Mugshots Grill and Bar. And thank you to Carway Automotive Group. They're great. We literally couldn't do this without them either. Have a great day today, y'all. We're going to be back tomorrow. If we can leave you with anything at all, remember these two things. 1, be a little bit weird, just a little bit. And 2, remember to smile. Damn it, that got me. Bye, everybody. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to The Daily Grind. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.